This meeting is called to order. Madam Clerk.
Assistant City Attorney Pettish.
Here.
City Manager Burton.
Here.
Commissioner Dean.
Here.
Commissioner Logan.
Here.
Commissioner Reed.
Here.
Commissioner Shurtleff.
Here.
Mayor Collins.
Here. For items 11A, public hearings we will be tabling that. So if you're here for 11A and B, I want you to know we will be tabling those items this evening. Would you rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our minutes for April 30th, 2025 were received. Commissioners, any comments, corrections? Minutes will stand as submitted. Don't Fry Day proclamation. City of Helena proclamation. More than 5.4 million Americans are diagnosed with skin cancer each year, making it the most common cancer diagnosed in the United States. And whereas more than 2 Americans die every hour from skin cancer, and whereas the Office of the U.S. Surgeon General has issued a call to action to prevent skin cancer, and whereas the National Council on Skin Cancer Prevention has designated this Friday, the Friday before Memorial Day, as Don't Fry Day to promote skin cancer awareness and encourage everyone to protect their skin while enjoying the outdoors. And whereas the most common type of skin cancer, including melanoma, the deadliest form of skin cancer, are strongly associated with exposure to UV radiation, sunlight, and indoor sources. And whereas individuals can take steps to reduce their risk of developing skin cancer by being sun safe, sun protection helps prevent the harmful effect of UV exposure, including sunburn, skin cancer, premature skin aging, and eye damage. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Wilmot Collins, Mayor of the City of Helena, Montana, do hereby proclaim May 23rd, 2025 as Don't Fry Day throughout this city, and I urge all the people of Helena to take cognizant of this event and participate fittingly in its observance. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Helena, Montana, to be affixed this 19th day of May 2025. Wilmot Collins, Mayor. Danae Claiborne, Clerk of the Commission. Do we have a representative present? Do you want to?
Thank you so much.
You want to say a few words? Okay.
Commissioners, today is my late husband's birthday. He would be 81 today. He died of skin cancer, melanoma, back in 1989. In honor of him and many others dealing with skin cancer, my family and I work to spread this information. I'd like to say to you that it's many less nowadays, and that people who get diagnosed are home free, that there are plenty of treatments. That's just not the case. And so the work you do to prevent skin cancer is prevent ultraviolet radiation. 90% of skin cancer, as Wilmot said, is caused by ultraviolet radiation. And yet we live in a beautiful place where we want to be outside all the time. And I love that, and I think it's wonderful. But what it does mean is that we need to do things like wear protective clothing, wear sunscreen, choose the hours you're out, and make sure you pass this on to your neighbor and your children. Don't Friday reminds us of there are really easy ways to prevent skin cancer. If you want to, you can go to the Don't Friday site. If you have any problems with that, call me. And you can spread the word, because I think if all of us do this, we'll be saving lives. I've left information, not necessarily about Don't Friday, but how to save your skin, little mole cards, et cetera, on the table right behind me. And I tell you, take it, send it to somebody else. We can do it. And if you have something that's 90% caused by something that we can deal with, why not? Thank you. And thank you for the proclamation.
Thank you. National Historic Preservation Month. City of Helena Proclamation. Whereas historic preservation is an effective tool for managing growth and sustainable development, revitalizing neighborhoods, foster local pride, and maintaining community character while enhancing livability. And whereas preservation work strengthens community, breathes new life into neighborhoods, support a healthier planet, and build a more just and connected society. And whereas historic preservation is relevant for communities throughout Montana and across the nation, both urban and rural, and for Americans of all ages, all walks of life, and all ethnic backgrounds. And whereas historic places we protect spark joy, inspire wonders, and connect us to our shared history in ways that shape our future. And whereas it is important to celebrate the role of history in our lives and the contribution made by dedicated individuals in helping to preserve the tangible aspects of heritage that has shaped us as a people. And whereas Celebrate the Power of Place is the theme for National Historic Preservation Month 2025. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Wilmot Collins, Mayor of the City of Helena, Montana, do hereby proclaim May 2025 as National Historic Preservation Month. Throughout this city, and I call upon the people of Helena and Lewis and Clark County to join their fellow citizens across Montana and the United States in recognizing and participating in this special observance. In witness whereof, I hereunto set my hand and cause the seal of the City of Helena, Montana to be affixed this 19th day of May 2025. Wilma Collins, Mayor. Danae Claiborne, Clerk of the Commission. Do we have a representative present? Please step forward. Please.
Thank you for the proclamation. A couple things that the Heritage Tourism Council, the City County Heritage Tourism Council, is working on is they're putting together a directory of historic preservation contractors, because oftentimes the office gets calls from people, who do I get to fix my historic roof or my historic plaster or historic rock wall or whatever. And so they put out a call and asked for people to please submit their names and their information so that can be compiled into a directory that can be updated periodically. And then that can also be put on the website. Also, another thing that they're working on is the, I just blanked. They are doing their Historic Preservation Awards in the fall, so nominations are open for that. And sorry, I've just blanked on what my third thing was. But anyway, they're an active group. They have started going around to other historic communities in the county. They first went to Lincoln, and tomorrow night they go to Marysville to meet with people up there and find out what are issues up there that maybe need to be paid attention to. They have participated in the growth policies updates for both the city and the county, and they're just a very busy group and a good group. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Consent agenda. A, transportation systems. A resolution declaring various vehicles owned by the city of Helena to be surplus personal property and authorizing the city manager to dispose of that property. And this is supposed to be one. Do we have any comments from the commission? Do we have any public comments on this item? I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I will move to approve consent agenda item A.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion from the table? Okay, Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Shertliff.
Aye.
Commissioner Dean.
Aye.
Commissioner Reed.
Aye.
Commissioner Logan.
Aye.
Mayor Collins.
Aye.
The motion carries 5-0.
Commissioners, what say you? Please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Question maybe for the city manager. At one of our recent budget work sessions, the subject of the mini malfunction roundabout came up. And I think there was, prior to a decision being made on that, we were to get an update from Transportation Systems, I believe. And I guess I know that there's sufficient interest in the commission and in the public, and I'm curious as to when that subject may come up again before us. Thank you.
Mayor, Commissioner Logan, yeah, I think the last time we talked about it was last week at the budget meeting. And I don't have that item rescheduled, but as you know, in our discussions last week, there's design work taking place for that intersection, which includes a roundabout. The commission hasn't made a final decision on how to proceed as yet. So we will continue that preliminary design work. We'll also put together other information that I think might be helpful in reporting back to the commission on options. So don't have a firm date on that yet. But we'll follow up with you, and it's definitely on the agenda to come back. Just don't have a firm date.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you, Mr. Burton.
Any others? All right, report of the city attorney, Assistant City Attorney Matthew Pettish.
Mayor and Commissioners, I have nothing to report.
Okay. Report of the city manager. A, update on training partnership with Carroll.
Yes. Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. Mayor, with your permission, I'd like to invite Assistant Fire Chief Jason Wenzel up and Catherine O'Leary, representative of Carroll College, to report to the commission on a training partnership that the city recently had with the college. Chief?
Sure, come on up.
Hello, my name is Jason Wenzel. I have a quick presentation about our training that we did, as well as the partnership that we had with Carroll College. Just a quick overview. This happened March 25th through 27th. Just so happened to be that the partnership, we did this again, and actually we're doing another 3 days over at Carroll College, starting on Monday, and we'll be over there on Wednesday and Friday to continue on doing training with them. This training encompassed all 3 different shifts. We had 2 different scenarios when we did our training with them. This was a great benefit to the fire department because this was realistic training. Typically, we do train at our training facility over at the airport, but this structure was unknown to the firefighters. They didn't know what was going to happen. Some of the firefighters have been in there for an EMS call, but besides that, they didn't know what the layout of the building was. The other nice thing was that there was obstacles on the outside that didn't get cleaned up until just recently in the last couple of weeks that we had to maneuver around just like a real life incident. So it was really nice being able to get our hands on a structure where we actually had access inside and out and not knowing what's going on. The goals of the training was to actually arrive. We actually started away from the scene itself. We actually started at the fire station, did a quick brief about what was going to happen, and then they just had to roll up and had to deal with any circumstances and situations that they came across. So they arrived at the house itself. They did a 360. They had to grab the water. They had to pull the hand lines. They had to determine what else, other steps that they had to do with the situations that they encountered. The first scenario, there was a fire on the 2nd floor. This house is actually a duplex, so the guys had to recognize that there was 2 gas meters on the outside, 2 electrical meters on the outside, so there should be 2 ways to get inside the structure. For the most part, they recognized where the fire was at because smoke was pouring out of the second floor. As soon as they opened up one of the doors, there was no smoke. Open up another door, there was smoke, so it helped them be able to identify that and recognize and had to switch to where their hoses had to go into. There was also victims that were inside the structure, so they had to radio out, hey, we found a victim, pull the victims out while they're trying to fight the fires at the same time. The second scenario was actually in the basement, so it's kind of a tricky way to get down in the basement. Again, this house is over 100 years old is my projections. So it's a nice, long, narrow hallway. The ceiling in the basement is further down, so they had to kind of crouch down. It's dark, damp. It's very hard to see down there, so it was really nice to be able to kind of go down into a basement where you couldn't see. The smoke was filled up. Had to try to identify where that fire was at, and they had to extinguish the fire. At the same time, we had the other crews going around the entire rest of the house trying to find a victim and be able to pull those out as well. In conclusion, we had a great partnership with Carroll College. It was very nice that they had kind of approached us saying, hey, we have a house. They did this about 2 years ago. Where we were able to get into a house, do some ventilation, get on top of the house, do some cuts. We didn't do it this time. I like to kind of preserve the house so we don't just smash windows, smash doors, open up the structure. So again, like this month, we were able to go back over there without rain getting inside and deteriorating the building. But we let it enclose so we were able to do some of that stuff. Great partnership with them that they allowed easy access to the facilities. Whenever I called up their public safety officer, Jay Nelson, helped us out tremendously getting over there, getting us in the building. Again, they kind of held off demolition. They were supposed to do demolition with that house, I believe, sometime this month, kind of pushed it off. So we're able to get back in there with VA Fire. We did a combined training with them this week, so they kind of pushed that off. Also, just to recognize the partnership with HPD, Carroll College allowed the police department to go inside there before we went in there and made a big mess inside. But they did also some of the training inside as well. Oops. Again, this is VP Carolyn O'Leary, and she'll talk about the partnership as well.
Thank you so much, Assistant Chief. Mayor, Commissioners, it's lovely to be here. My name is Kathleen O'Leary. I serve as the Vice President of Student Engagement at Carroll, which means I oversee the enrollment portions of the work that we do and also student retention, so housing, dining, campus ministry, safety, and security. And I really am here this evening on behalf of Jay Nelson, who is the Director of Safety and Security, and he gets the honor and privilege of working with our public partners and our emergency response providers in our community. And I think they have a really beautiful relationship. What I really liked about this training opportunity was that it allowed Carroll to give back a little bit to our responders from the city. There is not a day that goes by that we are not reaching out to our city partners and asking for something, and they continually show up and serve us in really gracious and beautiful ways, whether that be the police department or the fire department, or when we're looking for permits, or we're working with Lou Antonick. I have a whole list of names that I could provide and thank you, and I will provide that in writing so that you can extend that thanks personally to those individuals as well. But we really do rely on our city partners day to day to help us in some of the work we do behind the scenes to provide infrastructure for our students and our staff and faculty, but also in spur-of-the-moment emergency situations as well. And continually, day after day, they continue to show up and provide for us in ways that allow us to continue doing what we do in serving our students. So it really is just heartfelt thanks to all of those people and to you as well that allow us to continue doing that and work in this really, really wonderful, fruitful partnership for all sides. So happy to take questions, but really just want to send out a grateful thank you to all of you.
Thank you. Comments or questions from the commission?
Mr. Mayor, I guess I would echo those thanks back to you, both to you and the fire department. Structure fires are quite low frequency, but they are very high risk. And so the opportunities such as this for training for those high-risk events are critical. And so thank you very much, and thanks to the fire department and the police department for engaging our emergency services in an opportunity that doesn't come around very often. So,
Yeah.
thanks.
Thank you.
Any others? Thank you, ma'am. Still have the floor.
Thank
Manager
you.
Burton?
Thank you, Mayor. With your permission again, I'd like to invite Jen Hermanson up, who is the coach of the Helena High, Capitol High speech and debate team, to brief the commission on where the team is at right now.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited for this opportunity. I'm Jennifer Hermanson. I am the head speech and debate coach for Helena High and Capitol High. I brought some amazing students with me. I'm going to make them come up here and stand with me so I'm not alone.
Hey, let him come up.
Come on, guys. So these are 3 of the 7 students from Helena and Capitol that have qualified for the Centennial National Speech and Debate Association tournament next month in Des Moines, Iowa. There are 140,000 students that compete in speech and debate. Of that, about 5,000 end up qualifying for nationals, and Helena is very fortunate to have 7 of those local students that are going to be representing Montana and Helena on the national stage. So we have, I have 3 seniors actually up here. The other ones had other commitments. And I have a student that's going to nationals for the first time, Mason. I have a student that's going to nationals for the 3rd time in Ethan, and I have a student that's going to nationals for the 4th time, which is a huge achievement to go all 4 years in Layla. And all of these students have just done a phenomenal job. I have to highlight a little bit, brag on them just a little bit. Mason is the recent recipient of Academic All-American with National Speech and Debate Association. Besides that, he is also a finalist for National Merit?
Yes.
National Merit. So just a tremendous academic powerhouse from Capitol. Ethan, as I said, is going for the 3rd time to nationals and is just been an amazing competitor. Is all-state in impromptu speaking for Montana. So if you have never judged impromptu speaking, you're given a prompt. You have 3 minutes to prep and come up with a speech, a 5 to 7 minute speech. In front of everybody. You're sitting in front of everybody and prepping. It is not an event that is easy or low stress. And Layla is, this year was not only a captain and a 4-year qualifier, but is the Montana West District Student of the Year. So there are 111 districts in the National Association, and each one of them selects a District Student of the Year, so Layla was selected. And then beyond that, we were just received notice that Layla is actually a finalist for National Student of the Year, which is top 6 in the nation. This is the first time a Montana student has been a finalist. She will be recognized on stage for being a finalist. So Helena will be on the national stage. And we thank Commissioner Shurtleff for inviting us here and just being able to brag about our local students.
Thank you. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Commissioners? No, you're wait.
You can make them talk. Make them talk.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you to, if I may call you Coach. I have actually had the privilege of judging a couple times over the past several years, and it's the coolest experience every time. My son has been speeching and debating since he was born and is looking forward to joining your ranks in the future, but congratulations to all of you. I wish you luck, and you should also promote the fundraiser you have coming up so that people can support you. Thank you.
Absolutely. So we have a couple of fundraisers. Unfortunately, the school district is not able to provide any funding for national competitions, so we're on our own. We're about 50% of goal, but still have, another $10,000 to raise before June. So this Thursday, and we have some flyers if anybody wants flyers, this Thursday, in partnership with the Myrna Loy and filmmakers, Lady and Bird filmmakers, who made the Sundance Film Festival documentary Speak, which follows the journey of 5 oratorical competitors on their journey for a national title. We've partnered with them to do a fundraiser this Thursday, May 22nd at 6:30 at the Myrna Loy. Tickets are still available. It's a special one-time screening to be able to go see that. We also are selling raffle tickets, a number of our local businesses. I can't even count how many, but we have 4 prize packages that are worth $400, all donated from local businesses to raffle off, and we're raising money that way. We have flyers for that too. And I think I saw these guys come in with the raffle bags, so if anybody wants to win.
Okay, thank you. Commissioners?
I'm just curious, are any of you planning to do debate or speech in college? Oh, sure. Okay.
Go ahead, go talk.
Yeah, I've looked into it a little bit. The kind of debate, I do legislative debate, which is just a student mock congress, and it's what I've been competing in for 4 years. On the college level, it's a little bit different. They do parliamentarian debate. But I think that college speech and debate is a fantastic opportunity, and I think that it can be expanded a lot more on the collegiate level, and that's what I'm looking forward to if I decide to go through it in college, is expanding it overall.
I do not plan on doing any speech and debate on a competitive level or with my degree in college. However, that doesn't mean I won't be taking any of the skills I learned during my 4 years here and using them for the rest of my life. I plan on going into aerospace engineering in Purdue. So I know that if I do end up getting a job there, there's going to be a lot of negotiating for grants and stuff like that. So the skills I've learned here in high school about speech and debate will be able to help and serve me in my career, even if it's in a more tangential level.
I do also plan on pursuing speech and debate in college. I'm also planning on getting a law degree, so speech and debate will be very helpful for that. And I think for college, since I'm going to be trying to do a career that's more debate-based, I'm going to try out some debate a little bit, which I haven't done before, so it'll be really new and really scary, but also very valuable and important for my career and the rest of my life, just as my high school speech and debate career has been. Thank you.
Good.
Mr. Mayor, as talking State alum, I hope that Britt Northup has gotten in touch with all of you, because I know he would love to have all of you.
Any others? Well, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Manager, are you done?
Mayor, that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Communications from Helena Citizens Council, Representative Paige Myers, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Commission. The Helena Citizens Council had a booth during the Art Walk. During that, we received many comments from the public. There are no changes in our expense report, and the HCC is diligently working on the budget recommendation. Our next meeting is Wednesday, May 28th at 7 o'clock p.m. in room 326, right across the hall. And that is all.
Thank you. Comments or questions? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And for Ms. Myers, I don't know if you know yet, but when might we be able to see some of the feedback you received from the booth? We heard about it last week, and it sounds super interesting.
Unfortunately, it was Mother's Day weekend, and I was not present there, but hopefully soon.
All right. Any others? Thank you. Public hearings. Director Kanopke, where are you? What's that?
I think you skipped me, regular items.
but I'll be
Oh,
happy to
geez,
go.
yeah, I jumped over the whole regular. Okay, just sit by, close. Regular items. Consider a resolution of intention to set fees charged for disposal of garbage and refuge at the City of Helena Transfer Station. And repeal Resolution 20832. Director Leland, you have the floor.
Mayor, Commissioners, this is just a resolution of intention to raise what we call the tipping fees. That is the amount that is paid to the transfer station through residential solid waste, commercial solid waste, cash customers, commercial account ones that we consider commercial rates, recycling, and the scratch gravel. Everyone pays to tip into the transfer station itself, and then when the transfer station takes the garbage out, they pay a tipping fee at the landfill. So this is a combined tipping fee that we, by resolution and agreement, that we implement. So we are asking to set the tipping rate at $58.75. That is a $4 increase. We've been burning cash for several years, and now after we have the integrated solid waste master plan done, we have a lot of capital projects that we need to get started, like the Z-wall and everything. So we need to start to build that cash reserve back up and then look at what we want to do for scales and provide better customer service. So this is just the first step to be able to raise everything up. And then as a little history is back in FY15, the tipping fee was $70.75. This correlates to the same time that the City of Helena and Lewis and Clark County came together to form an MOU to have the city manage the landfill. So we just have a more streamlined ability to integrate everything that we do and have found amazing efficiencies, and then we have slowly dropped it all the way down to $54.75 in 2024, but now we have to start coming back up with all the inflation and everything that we're seeing. So I'd be happy to answer any questions. Before I forget, in the recommended motion, there is a mistake. It is we will repeal 2832 instead of 2826. So there was a mistake in that one. So
Thank you. Comments or questions from the commission?
Mr. Mayor, maybe not necessarily a question, but just a comment, I think, for the public who may not have the agenda packet in front of them. With this increase, we are still going to be $12 below where we were in FY15. So I think we talked about it at the last budget session, but I think it's an important point of clarification that we don't take raising these fees lightly. But we're still well below where we were in FY 2015, that we were able to drop it for the last 10 years and now have to prepare to make some investments in our capital.
Any other comments from the commission? Do we have any public comments on this item?
Mr. Mayor, members of the commission, I'm Lucas Wallace. I'm a resident of Helena, Gilbert Street, a couple blocks away. I've always noticed that some counties charge for trash. Some counties, it's free to dump your trash at the landfill. To me, I question charging just because I feel like it would be better to subsidize that and avoid people avoiding the landfill and dumping their trash somewhere else out in the public lands where it's free to dump it, as long as you don't get caught. So perhaps there could be some sort of middle ground, like a waiver or voucher that someone could get who doesn't have a dump ticket, hasn't paid the fees, or can't afford it, so that they can still dump their couch in the dump where it belongs, not on the street where it shouldn't be. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other comments? Do we have any online, Madam Clerk?
Mr. Mayor, I have no public comment online.
I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor,
Go ahead, Commissioner.
I move to approve a resolution of intention to set fees charged for disposal of garbage and refuse at the City of Helena Transfer Station, repeal Resolution 20832, and set a public hearing date of June 16th, 2025.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Shertliff.
Aye.
Commissioner Dean.
Aye.
Commissioner Reed.
Aye.
Commissioner Logan.
Aye.
Mayor Collins.
Aye.
The motion carries 5-0.
Public hearings. Now, Director Kanofsky, you can come on over. You've got the floor.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. This evening for items 11A and B, staff is recommending to table them until a future date so staff can do a little bit more work on the use permits and the resolutions, and I'd be happy to answer any questions in regards to the tabling request.
Thank you, Commissioners. Any comments or questions? Do we have any public comments on this item? Madam Clerk, any online?
Mr. Mayor, I have no public comment
I'll
online.
entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I will move to table the Resource Environmental LLC exclusive right-of-way use permit of 140 square feet along Yellowstone Drive with an annual fee of $50.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Shertliff.
Aye.
Commissioner Dean.
Aye.
Commissioner Reed.
Aye.
Commissioner Logan.
Aye.
Mayor Collins.
Aye.
The motion to table carries 5-0.
Item B. Consider exclusive use permit for Resource Environmental LLC to install groundwater monitoring wells along B Street. Any comments from the commission? Do we have any public comments? Any online?
Mr. Mayor, I have no public comment online.
I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I will move to table the Resource Environmental LLC exclusive right-of-way use permit of 140 square feet along B Street for an annual fee of $50.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Shertliff.
Aye.
Commissioner Dean.
Aye.
Commissioner Reed.
Aye.
Commissioner Logan.
Aye.
Mayor Collins.
Aye.
The motion to table carries 5-0.
At this time, is there anyone from the public wishes to address the commission?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the commission. I'm Lucas Wallace. I wanted to bring to the commission's attention that the Montana Department of Transportation is seeking the city's input on the urban routes designations and the designations of the various streets that we have in the city. I'm sure that Director Kanofsky can explain it better than I can, but I'm sure you're aware there's various streets. They're designated as minor collectors, major collectors. Montana Avenue is, Department of Transportation's jurisdiction. Highway 12 obviously is Montana Department of Transportation's jurisdiction. My understanding is MDT wants to know if the city's happy with how things are designated, happy with that system. I would suggest that we're not. A number of the streets that are designated urban routes, Hauser Avenue, 6th Avenue, Broadway, they're city streets. It shouldn't be up to the State Department of Transportation what changes go on those streets. You may remember a couple years ago, somebody got, a pedestrian got hit, ran into at Broadway at the school there, and the way that process works is the city decided that a crosswalk would be good there. You have to go to the Department of Transportation, ask their permission, they'll study it. They decided finally, well, we'll let you put one crosswalk there, even though the city had recommended putting two. If a city street goes by a school, those kids' safety should be the first priority. But unfortunately, that's when it's designated an urban route, moving traffic is a high priority on the route. So I advocate that the city advocate for retaining control of those city streets from the Department of transportation and not designating them if they're in residential areas like that. So thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other public comments? Please.
I hope this is appropriate. I have been following and obviously driving on the city streets a long time, and I agree about the fact that they are our city streets, but I'm actually directly speaking about the proposed roundabout. And because I also work with people and advocate for people, I'm very concerned that if beyond the expense that I think is needless, that if you put a roundabout there, pedestrians are going to be injured. Because I note when I'm on the highway and get off going towards Saddle Drive, if there is a pedestrian, they're at high risk because people are just going. That's their right. They're in the right lane. They watch for the next car and they keep moving. And that is a highly pedestrian area. And we have a lot of people that are homeless that are walking. They have a lot of their supplies. Right now, people stop. And I've actually waited far less than I have in the past when there was a light there. I mean, it's the same idea as a roundabout, but you use your head and you stop and you look to see who's there first. And it seems to me that to put millions of dollars into something that doesn't need to be fixed is wrong. But beyond that, I really worry for the people of the town and the people that I see out there walking. And I know this is probably not the time necessarily to bring it up, but I heard it mentioned and I thought, I've never given input except to Emily about this, and I should. So that's the reason I apologize for taking this moment to speak, but I really feel strongly. And as a nurse, I see the people, some of these people, they are not quick. They're slow. And so if you've got people stopping, they have a chance to cross. People think they can just zoom around when it's their turn. I don't see them doing that. And there are lots of pedestrians at that, in all those blocks. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other public comments? Madam Clerk, any online?
Mr. Mayor, I have no public comment online.
Commissioners, any final words? This meeting is adjourned.